Hey, I'm Natalie Diaz, founder of Twiniversity, author of What to Do When You're Having Two, and mother of twins. Today, we're going to talk about your 9th week of your twin pregnancy, and we're going to give you some tips, some tricks, and give you a few to-do items. So let's jump in, shall we? All right, so you might have finally heard those 2 heartbeats, and oh my God, how did you react? Were you like in utter and complete shock, or did you think maybe it was twins all along? Not sure if you've watched our previous videos, but go back to watch our previous twin videos that we have here on YouTube and see if I was right from your 5th week. So now that you've heard those 2 heartbeats, you might start feeling a few things that you are not really that familiar with. Number 1, if you are experiencing extreme exhaustion, please, you really do need to rest. It's always interesting to me of how little people pay attention to their bodies. If your body is saying, Nat, I'm tired, I need to sleep, I should be saying, okay, let me go lie down for 2 minutes. If my body is saying, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed and it's 7 o'clock at night, and how do I possibly go to sleep at 7 o'clock at night? Go to sleep at 7 o'clock at night. So if you're experiencing extreme exhaustion, please listen to your body and get some rest. And if like the little hairs on the back of your neck are going up, you may want to speak to your doctor about this to make sure that your iron levels are okay. Because if you become anemic during your pregnancy, you may feel even more exhaustion, and we certainly don't want that. Unfortunately, you may have been experiencing nausea from the beginning of your pregnancy. Your 9th week of your pregnancy isn't going to be much different. I'm sorry to tell you. However, there are things that you could do. Of course, ginger candies, and there's a lot of homeopathic remedies that you could go and experience and try, because it's worth a try. You got nothing to lose. So you could head on over to Twiniversity and just put in morning sickness, and you'll find a ton of resources over there. But if you're still experiencing nausea, don't worry, you're kind of nearing the end of your nausea period of your pregnancy, so just sit tight. I promise you it's going to end soon. One of the great benefits that now starts to occur during your 9th week is you're going to get thicker, shinier hair, and you might get really thicker and harder nails. So if you've been somebody that always had like kind of thin, brittle nails that were easy to break, or you had thinner hair, this is when those pregnancy hormones start kicking in and your hair gets really lush and wonderful, and your nails start getting long and thick and strong. It's great. These 2 little babies that are inside of your tummy at this time are going to start to give you some benefits, and having that pregnancy hair, yeah, you just can't beat that. Now, for more signs that you may be pregnant at your 9th week of your twin pregnancy, or just more tips and tricks, head on over to twiniversity.com/pregnancy timeline. Let's jump into some things that you really need to start doing this week if you haven't already. Number 1, I know you don't want to talk about it, but you gotta plan a budget. So many people plan a budget for buying a car. So many people plan a budget for buying a home. Very few people plan a budget for their babies. You need to come up with an overall budget, and this includes diapers, formula, wipes, everything, soup to nuts. How much can you actually afford to spend in the first year of your twins' life? Take a look at your finances now. If they are a little bit tight, think about, hey, could grandma sponsor some diapers? What can I get for free? Because did you know that as a parent of twins, we're actually eligible for a lot of free items? We have a whole list over on Twiniversity, and they're just multiple birth discounts. You could find it under the Twin Resources tab. You definitely want to check that out. But seriously, you got to plan a budget for cribs, for strollers, for a recliner if you want one in the room. If you're going to do any home renovation, even paint. Think about everything. Try to make a line item of everything that you're going to need for babies. Come up with a budget and really try to stick within it. It's also not a horrendous idea to buy yourself a fancy pantsy McNancy cup. You are going to be drinking a lot of water throughout your twin pregnancy, so why not get something that you enjoy drinking out of? You could buy yourself like one of those fancy Yeti cups, let's say, that's, the 128 ounces, or you could just keep reusing one of your favorite glasses, whatever it is, but invest in some kind of water vessel that you're going to enjoy using throughout your pregnancy. Another little tip about this too is make sure that the mouth of the water bottle or whatever container it is wide enough so that you could clean it easy, because you can't just keep filling it up with water and drinking it every day. It still builds up bacteria. It still could build up mold. So you do have to clean that often. So you may actually want to get two, one in use, one in the wash. So get yourself a nice water bottle. Another thing you should do in your 9th week of your twin pregnancy is look up your local twin club. How do I know if my town has a local twin club? I just go to the Googles and I go bloop, 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 bloop. My town, twin club. Did one pop up? If one popped up, definitely think about joining. Many local twin clubs offer free memberships to pregnant moms. However, if you do not have one in your local neck of the woods, Twiniversity does have, it's not a local twin club. We're kind of a national twin club, but we do meet up once a month, and it's run by a licensed clinical social worker who is, of course, also a twin mom and a postpartum doula, which is just awesome to be able to get your questions asked and answered at the same exact time and meet up with other twin moms from around the country. And you never know, one could actually be right across the street and you didn't even know she was there. Final things to do in your 9th week of pregnancy that I would like is, number one, perhaps consider seeing a nutritionist. If you are wondering if you're eating too much, too little, if you're wondering if I should gain too much or too little, it's always good to speak to a nutritionist. If you don't think you need one now, totally cool. You don't have to go, but at least get the number of one so you know who to call if and when you should need a nutritionist. Next thing, eat smaller meals. Because of the nausea that you might be having, I don't want you to lose everything all at once, so stick to tiny meals. And what I mean by that is, instead of eating off of a full dinner plate, go to kind of like the cup and saucer size plates. Eat off of that. Fill that up with some really delicious cheese, maybe a little, grilled chicken, maybe a little, I don't even know, hummus. I could go on and give you a list of things that you should be eating. But by eating off of a smaller plate, it's less overwhelming for you, and eating smaller meals is definitely going to help out with that nausea. And finally, our biggest thing that we're going to say in your 9th week of twin pregnancy is, if you are starting to get a little squeezy in your jeans, start investing in some nice maternity wear. There are jeans that you could buy for as low as $10 that have a nice stretchy waistband. Always sweatpants, you know what I'm saying? It's yoga pants. I'm telling you, I feel like half of the world is wearing yoga pants anyway on a daily basis. But don't wear anything that's uncomfortable. We have enough issues between the nausea and your growing body and just everything. You got a lot on your mind. Make sure that your body is comfortable. So if you enjoyed these tips and you want to learn more, head on over to twiniversity.com. Not only do we have our twin pregnancy timeline that's going to take you week by week, it's also going to allow you to sign up for some emails that we will send you in your inbox. You don't even have to look for it, but we will send you an email about every week of your twin pregnancy. And if you want to go the extra mile, head on over to twiniversity.com/classes and see everything that we have to offer you, including expecting classes, as well as breastfeeding classes. So you're really going to want to check that out. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next week. I hope that your 9th week of your twin pregnancy is as exciting as it possibly can, or boring as it possibly can. Entirely up to you. You decide what it's going to look like. So until next week, guys, see you later, alligators.